right now. That will start today. The biggest surprise is Pat Onstad. Onstad plays for the MLS Houston team, but he was given a red card, so he's actually serving a suspension, made him available for the Canadian team, especially with an injury to keeper Joshua Wagner, so Onstad gets the start. Another good note is Paul Staltieri has 53 national caps. This will be number 54 as he plays Costa Rica.
In the stands, one of the few Maple Leafs. There's also some other flags of the other countries that will be playing here tonight as you see the players greet each other. And we have a rainy night, just a slight rain. It's been raining all day in Miami. Temperature of about 25 degrees centigrade, 76 degrees Fahrenheit. A humid night. As you're taking a look at Andrew Eno, plays in Czechoslovakia, and Jose Francisco Porras, the goalkeeper from Costa Rica, who plays for Saprissa. The teams get ready for the ceremonial photo, and we will get ready to bring you the action from the Orange Bowl tonight. Dwayne Di Rosario on your screens, perhaps, according to his coach in Houston, the best player in CONCACAF. That's what Dominic Kinnear said of the player which led Houston Dynamo to the MLS title last year. And the sensation this year, of course, is the team in Toronto FC. But we'll bring you Costa Rica's lineup right now. Gus, who do we have?
We've got the starting lineup for Costa Rica. Starting at keeper, their captain, Jose Francisco Porras. Number 2, Jervis Drummond. Number 3, Victor Cordero. Number 7, Rolando Fonseca. Number 8, Rodolfo Rodriguez. Number 10, Walter Centeno. Number 11, Michael Barrantes. Number 12, Leonardo Gonzalez. Number 15, Harold Wallace. Number 17, Gabriel Badilla. Number 19, Alvaro Saborio.
We'll bring you Canada's lineup shortly as we get ready. In goal, it'll be Pat Onstad, last-minute call-up to the national team, to the Maple Leafs. Then it'd be Staltieri, Eno, and Jazic on the back line. Patrick Bernier and De Guzman, Anthony De Guzman will be the defensive midfielders. Rich Hastings, Atiba Hutchinson, Steve Nash in the midfield. In front of them, Dwayne Di Rosario and Rob Friend up front. So Robert Friend may be the lone striker for Canada. He'll be joined by Di Rosario, perhaps Nash on some incursions, and of course Atiba Hutchinson, who's one of the livelier midfielders on the Canadian side. As we get ready, as the referees concur at midfield on some protocol issues. What do you expect tonight, Gus? What kind of match?
I really expect a very entertaining match. It's wonderful football weather. Both teams seem to be physically prepared and ready for tonight's match. I think it's going to be a wonderful start to the 2007 Concacaf Gold Cup, and I am just very excited to be here.
Well, some things to watch for. I would say I talked about Julian de Guzman a couple weeks ago. He played against Real Madrid, had a very good match at the defensive midfielder position. He plays, of course, for Deportivo La Coruña in Spain, one of their players who has been called up into national team action. As we take a look at the referee, he's ready. We're ready, and certainly the players are ready, and we have action. Concacaf Gold Cup 2007 has begun. On the left side, Jazic plays it in the middle. Taking a look at Rich Hastings playing in the back line with number 11. This is Staltieri, sends it forward. Ball at the midfield stripe. We'll tell you a little bit about Costa Rica. They have two crucial injuries which they suffered in their last match against Chile in their home match, their last match before coming to Gold Cup, in which two of their most important players, Alvaro Solis and Brian Ruiz, got hurt. One with a pulled muscle and the other one with a broken collarbone. Coming out of the back, Pat Onstad, replacing Sutton tonight. Jazic sends a long floated ball up front, brought down, chested down by Friend. Plays it now to Julian de Guzman. Foul called on the Costa Ricans. I would expect, Gus, the Costa Ricans to try to keep the ball on the ground, play some quick touch combinations, and maybe send a couple of through balls to Fonseca, who is their all-time leading goal scorer on the national team.
I believe that's the case for both teams, really. Both teams have several players playing in Europe and in other international leagues, and it looks like it's going to be a high-quality game tonight.
So again, Robert Friend chesting the ball down now. Teams are compact at midfield as they feel each other out. Jazic plays it back to Onstad. Onstad looks up. He'll play it first time. Ball on the ground. Nice pass to Dwayne De Rosario. They must have done that before for Houston. Certainly, Julian de Guzman plays the ball on the ground. Intercepted now. Atiba Hutchinson picks up the rebound. De Rosario on the left side as usual. Will cut inside. Will he go around the corner? Plays it to Atiba. De Guzman picks up the loose ball, and it's a throw-in for Costa Rica. We're in the second minute of play here at the Orange Bowl. Score 0-0 between Costa Rica and Canada.
Of course, Guadeloupe and Haiti are both getting ready to play the second match of the evening. The small island nation of Guadeloupe.
Gus, getting back to this match, it looks like Costa Rica's playing a 3-5-2.
It's difficult to tell right now. I believe they came out with 4 defenders, Costa Rica, and 3 midfielders and 2 attackers.
As you see right now on the wing, Harold Wallace with the ball, plays it inside now into open space. Alvaro Saborío takes a look up, sees if there's anybody in the middle, sends the cross in, and it's cleared by the Canadian defense.
That was a nice move by the Costa Rican team. Looks like they have the majority of ball possession here in the early going.
They move forward. Looking here, it seems like Wallace again on the ball. No, actually, check that. That is Jervis Drummond. Steve Nash brings it up, loses it, and here comes Costa Rica. But cutting inside the attacker is number 7, Paul Staltieri, the captain tonight. Jazic bringing it up on the left side. De Guzman organizing out of the back. He switches it to the far side. Staltieri again. In the middle, De Guzman gets loose, plays it wide again. Jazic looking. De Rosario comes back to midfield, plays it, looks for the give and go. De Guzman finds Friend. Friend turns. Long ball, cleared out by Drummond. Julian de Guzman takes a shot with the outside of his right foot, the first shot of the match. That's under control by Porter.
That's very nicely done by Julian de Guzman for Canada, taking advantage of the open possibility there right in front of the Costa Rican penalty box. And shooting a nice, actually getting a nice shot on goal. Saved well by the keeper.
Wasn't too much trouble, but it was certainly on target, and you never know on a night like tonight what may happen, especially if you keep the ball on the ground. I would look for some of the players to perhaps hit some low shots, let them slide on that grass, see what happens.
Absolutely. That is what players are told to do in rainy days.
Canada playing with 4 across the back. Sometimes you're taking a look right here at
looks as
Martin Nash playing in front of the defense.
That's right. Martin Nash, Steve Nash's brother, playing for the Canadian national team. Here comes De Guzman.
Cleared out by Costa Rican defense. Victor Cordero, sweeper, plays 2 central defenders in front of him as he organizes his defense. Costa Ricans leave 1 man up front. They bring almost everybody back to the back line, 6 men, and they get the throw-in. The teams feel each other out right now. Canada moving forward a little bit as the minutes. Throw-in for Costa Rica, played back. Outside, it's Padilla sending it long. Headed out by Patrice Bernier. Actually, this was Rodolfo Rodriguez. In the middle, looking for Barrantes. He's perhaps the discovery of the Costa Rican League this season. He used to play for a small team called Punta Arenas. Now he's moved to Saprissa. He's a mixed midfielder, so he will come back and bring the ball up. He also has a good shot. Careful, Saborío plays it first time. Now, on the right side is number 10, Centeno, looking for the cross. He drops it inside, his header, and it's on goal. Onstad gets it under control, and we're even in the shot department, and there's somebody down. It looks to be Harold Wallace.
That was a very nice collection of touches from the Costa Rican side, able to weave their way through the right side here, the near sideline here at the Orange Bowl, and get a header on goal.
Centeno, who plays for Saprissa, but Centeno is a veteran. Centeno's played in the Champions League in Europe. As we take a look to see what happened with Wallace there, he looks like he took a bump as he ran into one of the Canadian players. He'll be stretchered off. They scored 0-0 from the Orange Bowl. We're in the 8th minute of play here in the opening match of Concacaf Gold Cup 2007.
And the game's been quite even up to this point. I think both teams are continuing to feel each other out. Apparently, Costa Rica is actually lined up with a 5-3-2 system with both wingers, the right back and the left back, turning into midfielders and then forwards.
Yeah, that 3-5-2, 5-3-2 is interchangeable depending on
Absolutely.
where those wing players play. As we take a look at Martin Nash, organizing out of the back, playing in front of the back line, sometimes dropping into the back line. Now a run through the middle. Looked to be Atiba Hutchinson, I couldn't tell.
It was Atiba Hutchinson. We've got to keep an eye out for this player. He's currently playing in Denmark. He seems to be in top physical form and is really providing most of the attacking for the Canadian national team thus far.
Throw in. Danger near the penalty area. Looks like Di Rosario cut across. Now looking for a friend in the air. Looks to head it, chests it down, takes a shot, and it's wide.
That was great stuff from the Canadian forward. Oh my. Had he been on target, it would have sent Canada up 1-0.
Well, he shot it a bit wide. It didn't seem like he got it. As we take a look at the replay, he didn't get enough room to strike it. But Robert Friend, who plays for Heerenveen in the Netherlands, first division team. Corner kick, the first for Canada in the match, straight into the arms of Porras. There seems to be a foul call by the referee. And it'll be Costa Rica's ball. Friend complaining. Might have wanted that corner kick to be pulled out a little bit more. In any case, it's academic because there was a foul call. Now, Costa Rica with the ball. Barrantes plays it to Wallace. Switches it across. Actually, that was Drummond playing it to Gabriel Badilla. Coming back to get it is Barrantes. He's the revelation we were talking about in Costa Rican soccer. Drummond now. Centeno, the creator on the Costa Rican team, plays it to Drummond. Return pass to Centeno. Two men up against the Canadian back line. They switch it to the other side. Brought down with the left foot nicely. Looks like Saborío on that far side. We'll have to check. He goes down, two defenders. And Staltieri comes up with the ball. Foul call by the referee. That was actually Leonardo Gonzalez.
That was a bad foul there by the by the Costa Rican forward. You have to allow your team to regain possession in the offensive side of the field if you expect to take advantage of these situations.
Ball in the middle. Drummond bounces it off his own player, goes back in the other direction, but Harold Wallace gets it under control. Costa Rica puts the ball on the ground. Playing it wide now, Leo Gonzalez, player from Herediano in the Costa Rican League. He tries to turn. Double up the marking on him. Looked to be perhaps Staltieri on that far side. Throwing for Canada. De Guzman asked for it. Now down still, Canadian ball on the far side. Cleared out of play by Costa Rica. It'll be another Canadian throw-in. Actually, the referee says it's Tico ball. It's a force. Perhaps a dangerous play.
You're explaining Tico?
Tico is the nickname for the natives of the Central American country.
Costa Rica, that's correct. They call them Ticos.
Country with no army. Democracy, very stable politically. So it's a model to be followed in Central America. Very prosperous. Centeno in the middle. Rodolfo Rodriguez plays it, looks for the wall pass. Costa Rica playing one touch under their former player, Hernan Medford, who is now the coach. Medford played for Costa Rica in the 1990 World Cup. He did score a goal, as Costa Rica made it to the round of 16 before losing to the Czech Republic. Ball given up in the middle, headed by Costa Rica, and this was a chance for Fonseca as he beat his marker to the middle.
And that's exactly what I was talking about, Kayvon. This time, Leonardo Gonzalez, the Costa Rican forward, allowed play to continue, didn't commit a cheap foul, got the ball back, put in the cross, and it was almost a spectacular goal for Rolando Fonseca, and Costa Rica here in the 12th minute.
You see the substitutes for Canada. We'll give you their names. It's Adam Braz, Kevin Harmse, Ali Jerba, Ian Hume, Issei Nakajima Faran, and Antonio Ribeiro. And along with Robert Giacomi, who's the third goalkeeper. Throw in for Canada. Running on it. Nash plays it to the near side as Yazic brings it under control. Plays it to Di Rosario, plays it first time. Rejected, he comes back. Playing with Richard Hastings in the back. Bueno. Onstad clears it past midfield. Friend goes to get it. Loses the head ball against Harold Wallace, and there's a foul called against, looks to be De Guzman at the midfield by the referee. Short touches by Costa Rica. Di Rosario comes back. Still short midfield work. Costa Rica has trouble getting a through ball past the Canadian defense. Nash chases. One time by Fonseca. Almost gets through. Eno shadows it as it gets to Onstad. As Onstad now will take his time, give his defense and his team a chance to move upfield.
Yeah, it looks like Costa Rica's finally found the pace of the game, and they're actually putting together some very nice touches and have been quite dangerous over the past couple of minutes.
Long ball from Onstad. Chested down by Friend. I'd like to see Friend every once in a while try to head that ball. Seems every ball that comes high ball, he tries to chest it down. There's been 3 or 4 of them. Atiba Hutchinson will cut through the middle. The defense. He leaves 2 men behind. Now he leaves the ball behind. Plays it to Yazic. Di Rosario. Drummond. In swinger. Looking for Friend actually to head it. But it looks like Friend connected with the Costa Rican defender rather than with the ball. We'll take a look to see if Gabriel Badilla will get up from this. As the referee has called the foul.
Gabriel Badilla on the floor here for Costa Rica. He apparently is claiming he was headed from behind by Friend.
Friend came behind Badilla. As Badilla headed it out, he caught Friend. So, no Friend of his tonight. Robert Friend, of course, as we said before, he's 26 years of age. Ball into the penalty area. Porras clears it. Take a look. Badilla's up, but he's still looking for, he's still holding his head. Seems to have been a bit shaken up by that encounter with Friend. Friend, of course, is now stretching in the middle of the field. Let's take a look here. As Jervis Drummond brings the ball up.
Believe me, when an athlete the size of Friend hits you, you're going to feel it.
Costa Rica now with the ball. Hit the midfield strike. Barrantes. Rodolfo Rodriguez. Plays in Belgium for Bruges. Headed out by the Canadian midfield. Friend tries to turn it for Di Rosario. Sends it a little bit too far. Friend is coming back to the midfield perhaps a little bit too much, Gus. What do you think? Should he stay up there?
It was a nice idea what he wanted to do there. Di Rosario just didn't continue the run. I like what I'm seeing from the Canadian number 9 thus far.
Costa Rica now with the ball at midfield. 0-0 the score. About 20 minutes into the match. Even match. The first match of Gold Cup 2007. Which will end in Chicago on June 24th. Now, here's a shot from Canada. Di Rosario tries it from about 35 yards out. 30 meters, 35 meters, and it goes high and wide.
A nice attempt on goal by Di Rosario. Very interesting run. I'm seeing him playing just a little below his usual level of play. I'd like to see him get a little more involved if Canada truly aspires to take home the 3 points tonight.
Well, their next match, of course, will be, today's the 6th, will be in 3 days' time, right here at the Orange Bowl. Here comes Costa Rica on the breakaway, and is it a corner kick?
Referee calls a goal kick. The ball appeared to bounce off the Canadian defender.
Barrantes tries the back heel here off the defender, and it does go off Staltieri and the captain, but it might have hit Barrantes once more before going over the end line. So, referee judges it to be a goal kick. It'll be Onstad taking it. Enrico Wingard, there you have him from Suriname. In the 19th minute of play right now at the Orange Bowl. Score 0-0 between Canada and Costa Rica. The stands fill up as the match progresses. Staltieri, of course, you may remember a couple of years ago he had a bit of a run-in with Jason DeVos, former captain of Canada, where DeVos had some words for him on the field in Mexico, and Staltieri gave him a gesture. I guess the finger would be the way to describe it, as Nash plays it wide into the open space. Moving up is Yazic. De Guzman looking for that opening, steps on the ball. Ante Yazic moving up. He will take the throw in. Di Rosario gets the ball, gets away from him a little bit. De Guzman comes back for it, and it's cleared out by Wallace. It'll be a throw-in for Canada. Yazic. De Guzman all alone. Plays the through ball for Yazic. Looking for the cross. Gets a good one in. Headed out by Costa Rica. It'll fall to Di Rosario, who looks up. He will take his defender on. Actually finds Atiba Hutchinson. Turns outside. Takes a shot. And it goes wide. Good combination play from Canada.
Once again, Atiba Hutchinson showing exactly why he is one of the more feared players on the field tonight. A wonderful turn here on the left side of the area, and a shot that just went a little high and wide, but good stuff from the Canadian midfielder.
I think Porras had it covered. However, you take a look here, how he makes the turn nicely with his right foot and then takes a left-footed shot. So Atiba Hutchinson, of course, plays for Copenhagen in Denmark. Denmark and Sweden perhaps took part in one of the most controversial matches in Euro 2000 and Euro qualifying for Euro 2008 last Saturday, when they were 3-3. The referee awarded a penalty when one of the Danish players, Paulsen, punched one of the Swedish players in the stomach, and then the German referee was attacked by a fan that came out of the stands. Of course, Atiba Hutchinson was already with the national team, but he probably has some friends who will tell him what happened there and what would have happened on the field. Of course, the Swedes and the Danes probably understand each other quite well. Here's the ball floating in the area. His survey in at the shin level, goes back to Costa Rica. Here's his shot, blocked. Di Rosario goes to cover. Rodolfo Rodriguez taking that long-range shot. Costa Rica gets back, smothers the counterattack. De Guzman now on the right side, plays the ball to the left side, looking for Yazic, giving Costa Rica now the opportunity to counter. Saborio picks his head up. He's the goal scorer for the Costa Rican national team. Third leading goal scorer in Switzerland last year. Plays for Sion. Yazic. Long ball out of the back. Rodriguez heads it back. As Rich Hastings send that ball out of the back. Di Rosario now on the flank. Ball on the right foot. Faces up against the defender. Drummond tries to stop him, and he does. Corner kick for Canada.
And that's Canada's first corner kick of this evening's game. Being told it's the second.
22 minutes into the match. Score still 0-0. Martin Nash goes to take it. So Canada moving forward, creating more danger now. Costa Rica looking to strike more on the counterattack. That's always a tight corner in the Orange Bowl. They'll take 3 steps and strike it. Right-footed in-swinger. Headed out, and a foul call by the referee. Teams slowly trot back.
It's been a physical game thus far. Canadians have had 3 corner kicks, and 2 of them have been denied because of offensive fouls.
Don't know what the referee called there. It seemed to have been a clean header.
Apparently there was a push of some sort.
So Costa Rica bringing it out of the back. This is Barrantes. Now on the far side. Badilla. Goes back in the other direction. Towards his own goal. Gabriel Badilla plays in Costa. He's actually one of the few players who is without a team in this Gold Cup.
He's been playing with Deportivo Saprissa and apparently will be making a move to Germany. He decided not to re-sign with the team after this season.
There's a foul. Centeno turns the ball. Looks in one direction, turns it in the other direction, runs into Atiba Hutchinson, among others.
And you can see what Costa Rica is doing. They're sending all sorts of players forward. At one point in time, you've got up to 4 forwards lined up alongside the Canadian defensive squad.
Patrice Bernier dishing out the punishment there. Plays for Tronzo. Hutchinson now with the ball coming back to midfield. Bernier goes down on the ground. One of the 2 defensive midfielders on this squad. Stephen Hart, of course, waiting for Dale Mitchell to take over. He was named in May the new national team coach of the Canadian squad. The Canucks looking to qualify for their 2nd World Cup ever, 2010 in South Africa. At this point, we think it's going to be in South Africa, but I think Canada's got a good chance to do so. Their game matches up well with the Latin American teams. Watch out. Saborio with the ball here. He takes a shot. It's over the crossbar. And this was a defensive lapse that almost cost Canada. And it wasn't Saborio. It was actually Gonzalez.
That's Costa Rica's 2nd shot on goal. Both shots a little high and wide, but slowly but surely they are making more noise in front of the Canadian goal.
Gonzalez getting loose on the far post. The ball bounced, had time to strike it, measure it up, and hit it.
We can hear the noise by the heavily partial crowd here at the Orange Bowl. I'd say it's about a 90-10 split in favor of Costa Rica.
Well, I have to take your word for it because everything looks red, blue, and white to me.
I see a lot of red shirts out there. Of course, they could be supporting Canada.
Could be the Maple Leafs also. Those are the colors, red and white. And later on, the Haitians come in with red and blue. So we're going to have to do a census or a survey out there to see what's happening. But we definitely have a good crowd as it starts to fill in. We're up to about 8,000 to 10,000 people. Friend turns the ball, back heels it to himself. He's out on the wing now, looking up. but he's covered before he can get a cross in, as Di Rosario was waiting in the middle.
That was a wonderful recovery there by the Costa Rican defenseman. Nice turn from Friend. He was open in space, but the Costa Rican left back did well to recover.
Well, if you're Stephen Hart, I'd be concerned a little bit about how fast Canada's coming out of the back. Maybe he'd want them to strike a little faster. Move. Here, Nash turns the ball. He's looking over to Di Rosario. Actually does the switch now. This might work. Di Rosario brings it down. Nifty skill work, but gives Drummond a chance to recover. And it's a throw-in for Canada. Yazic. De Guzman turns it. Now he's free. He's headed into the penalty area. Will he look back? Floats it to the far post. Nobody there. A little bit too far. Chased down on the far side. Canada now gets a chance. Timo Hutchinson. It'll be the captain. Staltieri takes a shot and it just goes wide.
And this is fantastic stuff from the Canadian national team here. First of all, De Guzman with a brilliant turn on the left. Let's see, now here we're going to see the shot at the end, and that was well struck.
I think it might have hit the woodwork.
Very close.
However, Staltieri struck it with his left foot and the outside of his left foot, so it was turning away from the goal, but it was quite close. I'd like to get another look at that one.
Staltieri applying his trade, of course, with Tottenham Hotspur in the English Premier League. So I'm sure we're used to seeing many of those shots come in from him.
And now in the 28th minute of play, score is still 0-0 between Canada and Costa Rica here on this opening match of Gold Cup 2007.
A highly entertaining game so far, Caban. Very nice stuff from both teams.
Well, the match is heating up as the night falls over Miami. Do we have a full moon over Miami tonight?
Not sure. I can't see the moon. We've got overcast clouds, so we're unable to see the sky.
Costa Rica with the ball at midfield. Rodolfo Rodriguez plays it wide. This time it's Wallace, cuts inside, looking for somebody to play with. Rolando Fonseca comes back. Actually, check that. That is Centeno showing his touch in close quarters. Now on the far side, Gonzalez chases the ball as it goes over the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for Canada. Staltieri, as he moves forward from the right side, will take the throw-in.
Temporary pause in the action here. We don't know just exactly what was happening, but Canada ready to put the ball back into play.
I think Steve Nash is the only player on the Canadian team who plays on a USL team, if I'm not mistaken.
Martin Nash, that's right. Steve Nash's brother.
Steve Nash plays in the NBA. My mistake.
Plays with the Vancouver Whitecaps.
Actually, Gabriel Gervais also plays. He plays for Montreal in the USL, First Division. The Impact.
Both Canadian USL teams doing very well in the league this year.
Ball at midfield. Costa Rica now plays it to the near side. It's Harold Wallace looking up to see who he can play with. He will play it back to Jervis Drummond, who's now playing central defender. As Badilla moves a little bit more to his left. And Cordero follows. Ball given up. Could have been an opportunity for the Canadians as Di Rosario intercepted it, but he sends it a little bit too far for his center forward.
This is good pressure defense from the Canadian national team, Caban. You're seeing that they're beginning to apply the pressure 3/4 of the field up. And they've been able to get the Costa Ricans to give up possession here. So let's see if they continue to do so throughout the game.
Yazic sending it up. Looks like Bernier has crossed over to the left side of the field. Bernier and Di Rosario playing now behind a friend. A little bit of a tactical change by Stephen Harder, the Canadian team, as they move Bernier up. Because I think what happens is they see they have 4 men in the back line defending against 2 forwards from Costa Rica, so they figured, let's move one of our free men up the field.
Handball called on Atiba Hutchinson there for the Canadian national team as he attempted to make a turn.
You get a look at the wide shot here, how compact both teams are. Within 30 yards, all the lines for Canada and Costa Rica. So space will be difficult to come by in tonight's match. So we'll take a look. Maybe a mistake will lead to a goal. Yazic plays it back in the middle. It's Hastings. In the penalty area, decides to play it with Onstad. Sizes it up, sends it long towards the midfield stripe. It's De Guzman. Plays it to Atiba Hutchinson. He's got space in front of him. He decides to play it wide to Di Rosario. Wayne Di Rosario, former San Jose Earthquakes player. Certainly a winner in MLS. Plays it in the middle, cleared out. Martin Nash intercepts that ball with his right foot and ends up at the feet of Staltieri. Sends a long cross in, looking for Friend. Tries to chest it down again, gets away from him. And it's actually chested by Badilla for the Costa Ricans, who launches a counterattack. Now, it's Fonseca with the ball. He's the all-time leading goal scorer for the Costa Rican national team. Centeno through ball, Saborio, one-on-one with Onstad. Onstad comes off his line and wins the duel.
And that was really well done by Onstad. Alvaro Saborio could have gone around him, but he chose to take the one-time first attempt shot on goal.
Onstad read that well. He came out early, and this reminds me of a play he had in his last MLS game, which he saw a breakaway, and he had to come out and intercept the same way. He had to foul the opposing player, and he gave up a foul, but he saved a potential goal. So Onstad, I would say that's one of his virtues, is reading the match.
Well, he's definitely kept Canada even here tonight with that save.
So in the 33rd minute, Costa Rica gets its best chance of the night so far. Alvaro Saborio cannot put it past Onstad, but he's chasing this ball down. And he's got Hastings at his back. Hastings, who scored only one goal for the Canadian national team. And it was a goal which, of course, beating Mexico in extra time in the 2000 Gold Cup, sent Canada through to the next round, and they finally won that title. It was in LA's Memorial Coliseum. I remember the night well, the day well. Against Colombia, they won 2-0. Carlo Corazin, Jason DeVos. It was a historic occasion for the Canadian national team. It was a little bit cold. I remember being there. It wasn't pleasant being on the field, but Canada took advantage of the opportunities. That was, of course, the Gold Cup that they did win. Long ball.
I believe that's their one and only international title.
Correct.
Let's see if they can manage up a couple of victories here in this edition of the Gold Cup, the 2007 edition of the Concacaf Gold Cup, and bring home the trophy. I'm certain all of Canada would truly rejoice that cup once again being in their hands.
Saborio heads it down. Centeno juggles the ball, plays it back in the middle to Rodolfo Rodriguez. Costa Rica moves forward. They seem to be more dangerous on the counter, but this time Canada closes their options down. De Guzman chases. Actually, I think it's Bernier. Cleared up by Anduino. Plays in Czechoslovakia, in the Czech Republic. For most. Yazic plays it back in the middle for Hastings. Hastings playing with the number 11, but he's a central defender in that back line. Martin Nash in between two men. Plays it with the outside of his foot, looking for Atiba Hutchinson. Di Rosario and Atiba didn't collide, but they went into the same space. De Guzman now plays it wide. Staltieri back to Julián de Guzman. Plays for Deportivo La Coruña. Former Spanish champion in 1995. Bebeto's on the team. They're in the middle of the table now. They're in 14th place. Clear of relegation here at the edge of the penalty area. Friend is trying to back heel. Maybe a little bit too fancy for the play.
Both teams continuing to create good chances, though. I like what I'm seeing from both teams here.
Nice turn. Ball in the middle. Friend strikes it. Porras with the save, and this has been a good combination for Canada. Friend finally connects with the cross, and he calls Jose Antonio Porras into action. Here we have the replay.
A fantastic save from Jose Francisco Porras on the volley from Friend. What a great cross from Atiba Hutchinson. Friend managing to get his foot on the ball, and there you see Porras with a spectacular save.
And Porras gave no rebound there. So the Saprissa keeper, the veteran, of course that's important too, because somebody else could have pounced. Di Rosario was around there, and you're right. Atiba Hutchinson putting in a good cross, and you got to give Friend credit for reaching back and hooking that ball as he was getting away from the defender. I think it was Jervis Drummond.
It was a very nice play from the Canadian national team. Obviously, the cross from Atiba Hutchinson was right on point, and Friend able to get his boot on. But a spectacular save from Jose Francisco Porras, the goalkeeper for this Costa Rican national side. He is one of the most experienced goalkeepers in the Central American region. Of course, Costa Rica's coming off their recent Copa de Naciones victory earlier this year. So we've come to expect these sort of saves from Jose Francisco Porras. What a great save.
So the 35th minute of play, Porras saves the best opportunity for Canada as Canada gets closer and closer. However, the score still 0-0 here at the Orange Bowl. First half, as we bring you this inaugural match of Gold Cup, Concacaf Gold Cup 2007. On the far side, Saltieri looking for Nash in the middle. Turns the ball upfield, looking for somebody. De Guzman plays it to the outside, leaves it a little bit short. He likes to play with that outside of the foot. I have to tell you, the last one he floated through to Hutchinson was a very nice pass. Hutchinson got the cross in to Friend. Nash plays it, looking for the space. And the back line, Hastings, Yazic coming to ask for the ball. Hutchinson dropping back a little bit. Di Rosario also with his back to goal. He's got to turn it. Can he do so? No. Costa Rican throw in.
Nice attempt from De Guzman. However, he was unlucky and the ball just went a little long. You've got to like what we're seeing here from Julian De Guzman and Dwayne De Rosario so far for Canada. Both midfielders really working very hard to maintain possession and to get the Canadian attack going.
Well, nobody's asked me, but if you want my opinion, I think De Guzman, I would see if he could move a little bit more to the middle, because he's on the left side of the field and he's limited to using that right foot, and he's limited to cutting inside, and they're playing him and they're cutting off that option, and it's limiting his possibilities. Maybe move him inside a little bit, maybe move Friend a little bit out to the far sideline, maybe a little bit more.
All technical movements that I'm sure, technical and tactical movements that I'm sure interim Canadian coach Stephen Hart will address at halftime.
Watch out, here's a possibility. Costa Rica with a shot, and it's high, wide, and not so handsome. Rodolfo Rodriguez with that shot. There you see him. He's 27 years of age, plays for Bruges in Belgium. He gets time to settle the ball before he strikes it. We're coming up on the 40-minute mark. Score still 0-0, 0-0 between Canada and Costa Rica. Onstad sends it long, past the midfield stripe. Chested down by Gonzalez. Sends a through ball to Fonseca as he chases. Fonseca has 47 goals for Costa Rica in his career. He says he still feels like a youngster. Barrantes, nice ball chip. Nobody on the far side, though. Misunderstanding between the Costa Ricans. He's an interesting story. Barrantes, chosen best player of the Costa Rican League last year, now signed with Saprissa, the most successful team in Costa Rica. Ball sent forward. Friend comes back to head it. He wants Yazic to hit it harder, not float it so much. Give him a ball that's more driven. Jervis Drummond takes the throw in. Centeno brings it under control. Nash fouls him. Referee calls it, and it's Costa Rican ball. Barrantes. Saborio comes back now, leaving Fonseca as the front runner, and Harold Wallace also. Dangerous ball, potentially a counterattack for Canada. Rodolfo Rodriguez brings it under control. Floats the ball forward, looking for Saborio. Hastings heads it out. Actually, no. Heading it out. Through ball, offside for Rolando Fonseca. So the Canadian defense reduces the space, forces Fonseca there. I think he's
that
actually
was very close. I saw him onside there.
He
appears to be online.
At best, it's an iffy call, and FIFA rules say, when in doubt, do not call the offside.
So we'd have to say that was a mistake from the near sideline judge.
Hastings plays it across his goal mouth. Eno forcing De Guzman to come back and get this ball. Nash now moving to the near side. Hastings asks for Friend to move forward. Friend chests it down, chests it. Drummond fouled by Friend, according to the referee.
And it seemed to be a legal challenge from Friend. Friend, of course, just a statue of an athlete, flying through the air.
Friend's about 6'4",
and knocking Jervis Drummond to the ground.
1.90 m if your metric is your preference. Saltieri brings the ball, takes off field, gets fouled here. This might be the first yellow of the match. No. It looked like Gonzalez took Staltieri down. Actually, looks like a clean challenge from this position.
Yeah, but referee Enrico Wingard has done very nicely throughout the match. You've hardly noticed he's there, and that's always a sign of a good referee.
It's been a clean match. Ball floated in the middle. Friend tries to chest it down. Here comes a shot by the Bernier with his left foot, and it's wide.
It's Canada's third shot on goal in this half, and they are leading the Costa Ricans 3-2 thus far.
Take a look at the play again. Bernier is all alone at the edge of the penalty area, but he can't keep his shot on target.
Leaned back just a little bit there when his foot connected with the ball.
Good point. Fonseca chase it down. Now 2 men on him. He tries to get through. Martin Nash. No, actually it's Eno who clears it. Montreal Impact defender. It'll be a throw-in for Costa Rica. Saborio. Losing the ball is Gonzalez, the Herediano midfielder. Can't keep the ball under control in the corner. Now floated to the near side. Alvaro Saborio brings it under control. Plays it to Rodriguez. Drummond plays it to Wallace. Wallace cuts back. Careful. Rodriguez realizes he could lose it. Actually, it's Canadian ball. Tiba Hutchinson chests it down. De Guzman looking for Bernier. Into the open space. Bernier strikes it first time. Can't get the cross in. De Guzman brings it under control. Of course, if you're not familiar, De Guzman has a Filipino father and a Jamaican mother. From North Scarborough in the Toronto area.
And a wonderful player, De Guzman is.
Del Rosario. Nash. Turns. Sends Hastings. Finds the space. De Guzman plays it back to Yazic. Friend makes the run. De Rosario chooses to play to the far side. Bernier now plays it in the middle. Not a good clearance from the Ticos. De Guzman gets a shot, and it's wide.
And another beautiful attempt from the Canadian national team. Again, De Guzman, when it looks like there's going to be 1 minute of added time here in the first half. De Guzman with a spectacular shot on goal. I really like what I've seen from De Guzman here tonight, Caven.
De Guzman, of course, picking up on the bad clearance. Where you see he was a few meters off target, but he's got the right idea.
Absolutely.
Long ball. Here comes Onstad off his line. Rolando Fonseca is a little bit late getting there, and Onstad brings that ball under control. Complete security at the back from Onstad.
Well done from the Canadian keeper.
I think they called offside.
They did.
So as we're about to finish the first half, the score 0-0 between Costa Rica and Canada in this inaugural match of Concacaf Gold Cup 2007. As we bring you the action from Miami's Orange Bowl, one of 5 cities which will host matches. There you have it. It's the end of the first half. Canada and Costa Rica, 0-0 from the Orange Bowl.
Canada looking very good in the opening half.